right, folks, welcome to the post-race show for round 3 of season 3 of the Canadian E-Motorsports Network NASCAR series, the Crack Device Company 100, which went at the virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Geordie Carraher here alongside Regan McCauley, and Riggs, there's only really one way to go at this here tonight. It was utter dominance from Jon Peaden.
Oh yeah, just a one-man show. It kind of took a couple laps there at the start to have that implemented, but yeah, the rest of the way he was at the front the whole time, and it was kind of anticlimactic in comparison to the finishes in the last couple seasons. But I mean, hey, every now and then you're going to get dominance in a race, and Jonathan Peaden was able to do just that.
And let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it with the man known as Gator. We've got Jonathan Peaden here on the line. First of all, good to chat with you again, and congratulations on what was ultimately a dominant victory here tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to talk with y'all, too. It's been a long time, and we're really looking forward to seeing y'all come back to NASCAR Heat, even though it's a shaky game sometimes, but...
And indeed so. We did see that a little bit, but ultimately you persevered, and I'm going to hand things off to Regan to kick things off.
Oh, yes, John.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Gator, yeah, one-man show there. You dominate the whole thing. You swept all 3 stages, and obviously I'm just going to ask kind of a simple question. What are your thoughts and feelings after that? And I'll also ask you this as well. Did you have any strategies in particular in this race? Like how did you plan your way pre-race and also into the race and stuff? Just give me your overall thoughts and feelings, and anything else beyond that as well.
Well, it feels really good to go ahead and get the win early in the year. Last year it took a little while to get the win, and makes it a little bit better knowing just how good Marini is at this track. To finally knock him off was something I've been chasing for a while.
All right, and yeah, obviously, again, it goes without saying, just utterly dominant here, but it's not the first time that we've seen you absolutely crush a road course, whether it was the majority of the All-Star race at the Indy Roval last season, or just kind of running away and hiding from everybody at Road America in the playoffs. So we kind of talked about this a little bit last year, I think, but maybe just as a reminder, what is it about road courses that A, puts you kind of at ease or really comfortable, and B, just what do you think it is about them that really works for you?
Really, just practice, right? Like, I used to be terrible at them and constantly getting beat by my friends at them. Just keep practicing, and seeing that obviously there's something they're doing that I'm not. And then also I have a weird tire wear thing where pretty much anybody on the game, they burn their left front tire more than their left rear. But for some reason I burn my left rear, so that always allows me to take no tires instead of taking 4 tires, and that's like a 10-second, 11-second advantage at least.
Yeah.
So I know that if I ever fall back, I can count on that to make up for it.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously it's worked out here for you again tonight. I believe it was roughly a 5-second margin between yourself and Jose Mercado at the top of the board here, but again, obviously, last year was a little bit longer before you picked up your first win in the series. Now you've got it out of the way in round 3. You've got your ticket booked for the playoffs now, and given that it's a shorter regular season than we had last year, how important was it for you to be able to kind of knock that one off your list and again kind of confirm your entry into this year's playoffs to give yourself another run at a title?
Right. Yeah, you're right. Getting locked in early is a big deal. I want to say last year it must have been like towards the end, because I remember saying like I was going to not even focus on the next race. I was going to look at the one race further than that. You remember that? So it must have been the very end of the year before I got a win, I guess.
Yeah, it may have actually been in the playoffs now that I think about it. I'd have to look back, but again, it's only a focus on the present here now, and obviously the victory tonight was significant for yourself, but also for the Tornado Alley camp overall, as that's back-to-back wins for you guys as a team, with Leo Jameson picking up the checkered flag last week at Auto Club. I know Leo talked a little bit about ultimately what makes your operation along with Ty Higginbotham a success, but from your perspective, like, what do you think it is about that particular trio that just seems to work?
Well, we've raced a lot together. Sauce Leo was the captain in a league this 2 seasons ago, and he picked Ty first overall in that league, and so they've got a good relationship. Me and Ty have been racing together for a really long time, and we've never been teammates before in any league. So we said if we could ever become one, we'd try to do it, and we thought there would be no shot in this series going off of how the team performed the prior season, And so when he told me that he had a shot to draft me, that was a no doubter. That's where I was going.
Yeah, and as I say, it's ultimately, it's worked out about as well as it could for you guys here so far in the name of, just your overall consistency. But obviously, things like we've been at a few different types of tracks already, and I'll hand it off to Reegan just to get maybe your perspectives on what we're looking at next week as we head to the short tracks.
Yeah, it's kind of following up on one of your, I believe it was one of your first couple questions there, but yeah, Jonathan, you now have a win. Now you secured a playoff spot. You have several playoff points, but that makes me question, is this going to make you start to be a little bit more conservative as the regular season goes on, and like, are you just kind of wait it out until the playoffs and kind of strike back more towards those times, or are you going to continue to keep fighting, use this momentum to start becoming maybe even more dominant next couple of races and start to gain more playoff points, and put some more wins on the board, and just, yeah, like, what's your plans moving forward, especially to Iowa and just the rest of the regular season?
I think probably a combination of both of what you said. If I have a shot to get a stage win or the race win, I'm going to go for it, right? But if I'm fifth, sixth, somewhere in that range where don't have the shot to get to the win, then I'll probably be a little nicer, right? And as far as Iowa, I'm not any special at all at Iowa. So we'll see how that goes, but probably will be giving way to people there.
All right, yeah, very understandable to hear from you. You want to do that mixture and stuff. Just depends on how the races turn out for you and stuff. But yeah, it's great to hear that from you.
And yeah, just as kind of a final thought, again, you kind of touched on, what your kind of overall expectations are for Iowa now and the rest of the regular season. But from your perspective, like, obviously you've talked about the amount of practice and work that you've put in on these tracks in your kind of sim racing adventures. So I guess the final thing, like, if there was one thing in particular that you think maybe you could work on just that little bit more to make yourself a complete or more complete driver than you already are, what do you think that would be and why?
Probably just pure speed. I feel like sometimes there's certain people that, can just pull on me a little bit, and I have to wind up using strategy or something like that. But really, I would just say that because I've played this game for so long that I know all the strategy things. I know all that stuff. So just pure speed, I would say, really.
Yeah, and I mean, it's certainly worked out, as I say, about as well as...
You got guys like Darcy in here,
possible.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you've seen the depth, especially now in your second season with a lot of the guys that you've been familiar with from past leagues. So I guess that's one more thing for you. We've talked a lot about this with the other GTR guys for the interviews, but from your perspective, obviously you were here for season 2. Now season 3 comes along. it feels like a race, or it feels like a series where just about anybody can be competitive any given week. So yeah, just before we let you go, maybe a take from you on, just how the depth of field is kind of expanded from season 2 to season 3 from your perspective.
Well, season 2, we had Darcy and Scott Bailey seemed like they were going to win every single race, right?
Yep.
And so this year we start out, we've had 3 different winners. And I personally know a few guys from different leagues that I've run with that are really fast that haven't got a win yet. Like Gator Mike, Jacob, Jose. I wouldn't be surprised if they ever get one this year. So I would say that maybe the top guys aren't the same as last year, but throughout the whole field it seems way faster, right? Or maybe I've just gotten faster from running with those guys. Maybe the top guys are the same, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that could certainly weigh into things for sure. And I know Reegan wants to jump in here with one more before we let you take off as well. I know we said we were going to let you go. We just keep finding more things to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I'll bring up one more thing. Like you were saying, like the parity of this season is crazy. Like a lot of new guys have been starting to step in. Like that mixture of all the new guys coming in plus all the past veterans, like it's going to start causing some of those experienced drivers to potentially I believe it's overestimate themselves and stuff. So yeah, that parity this season, like it might be a good thing to some people, it might be a bad thing for some people, but yeah, overall it's probably like it's the top headline for this season. And I'm sure you've said here you have a certain perspective on how it's going, and yeah, I suppose it's both good and bad.
And like you were saying too, there's only 10 regular season races, right? And with 3 different winners, it's going to be, you pretty much might have to have a win, right? There's only going to be 6 people that could get in on points if everybody gets a win. So that's the way we're heading right now. Probably be some people that you thought would get a win that don't get a win, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, with that parity, we could have quite the playoff field for this season. I mean, we're still kind of a far ways from there. We still have plenty of races left from the regular season, so, I mean, anything's possible. Especially some of the experienced drivers could suddenly pop up out of nowhere at any point. The rookies could keep going and giving them a really good challenge. So, yeah, like, the playoffs are looking...
Heck of a rookie class.
Repeat that, sorry?
Heck of a rookie class.
Oh, yes, definitely, for sure, yes.
I've never raced with that AJ guy before, but he is really fast. Bob Drew, fast. I've raced with a lot of these rookies this year, but, man, all of them are just fast.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of rookie and name only, we'll call them, but again, that's added to the depth of field, and that's going to be tested once again next week, again, as we set up the opener to this season's Fix Auto Cup, which will be the Fix Auto Charlottetown 100 from the virtual Iowa Speedway. We've mentioned a couple of times 3 winners already in 3 different races. Gator, you're among that group now, so once again, full-on congratulations on, what was really a complete and thorough and, fully deserved win here tonight. And who knows, maybe we'll be chatting with you a couple of more times as the summer progresses here.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Thank you. It sounds good. I have to give a shout out to Jose. We were racing hard at the beginning of stage 3, and I bumped him out of the way one time on accident, and I don't know if that cost him or what, but I feel bad about that.
It's racing, Gator. I think you know that, and I think Jose knows that.
Yeah, you're the winner. Right. You're the winner here. You're in victory lane. He's not. I don't mean to insult him there, but obviously, yeah, you're the one in victory lane. So yeah,
he could have very easily been.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 2 of the Florida guys, I think he knows where to find you, maybe.
Right.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight, and all the best for the rest of the regular season, and as well for the playoffs, since you're officially locked in now.
Sounds good. Thank y'all for everything y'all do.
3 wide coming through the turn here. They're coming up to the line here now. Darcy Ford still got a Ward trying to get inside, though. Where's Ward going to cut it? Darcy Ford. And there's the checkered flag. Darcy Ford. And indeed, as he comes through turn 4, he's going to see the checkered flag. flag, and there it is. Scott Bailey is your winner of tonight's Fix Auto 250. They're going to get the white flag this time around. Final lap of tonight's track device up to 125. And coming through, Marini went through, and they're right on the back of each other. Paytack's going to get in on the inside. They're door to door. Paytack into the wall. Mike Marini, he's going to win. Got about 3 or 4 wide behind him on that back
There's
straight.
a lot of carnage right there.
Oh, dear.
A lot